Hello students and welcome once again to the YouTube channel of Shri Vashisht Vidyalaya. In the last English class we were talking about an elementary school classroom in a slum which is composed by Stephen Spender. In the last class we discussed the first stanza of the poem and today we are going to discuss about the second stanza of the poem. In the last class we saw that this poem is all about what is we call class difference and the social inequalities. And we learned that we were talking about this poem is a vivid description of the students of a slum who are being taught in a school, an elementary school which is located in a slum. And also we learned about how do those children look. In the second stanza, we are further going to study more about those students and what happens in their lives and what is the exact scenario. Here I am going to read about the second stanza for you all. So what does the second stanza say? The second stanza begins with, on our sour cream walls, donations, Shakespeare's head, cloudless at down, civilized dome riding all cities, belled flowery Tarolis valley, open-handed map awarding the world its world. And yet, for these children, these windows, not this map, their world, were all their futures painted with a fog. A narrow street sealed in with a lead sky far from rivers caped in stars of words. Now let us see the explanation of this stanza. The first line, on sour cream walls, donations. It means, the word sour means unpleasant and cream means off-white. Means the walls of the classroom are very unpleasant. They have not recently been painted. They are very dull. The classroom looks very dull. And on the walls there are many kinds of charts and posters which have been donated by some good people of the valley. One such poster is of Shakespeare and it is written, Shakespeare's head, cloudless at down, civilized dome riding all the cities. Means the head, bald head of Shakespeare has been compared with the sun. Civilized here, civilized dome means the rising sun. The bald head of Shakespeare has been compared with the rising sun which is riding all the cities. Which is riding all the cities means the light of the sun has spread on all the cities. So Shakespeare head is compared with the sun. Bellied, flowery Tarolis valley. And what other poster is about? And other poster is of Tarolis valley. Tarolis valley is the valley where this school was located. Tarolis valley looked to be very colorful, grassy and with lots of flowers. Open-handed map awarding the world is world. And what another thing is that? There is one more thing in that classroom walls, that is a map, a world map. There is a map, a world map hanging on the walls of the classroom. And yet, for these children, these windows, not this map, their world, where all their futures painted with the fog. For these children, the definition of world is not that world which is hanging on the wall in form of a map. No. For these children of the slum, their world is not hanging on the wall as a map. For them, their world is what they see across the windows outside, which is the slum. And the slum has been compared with a fog. A fog, painted fog means the slum is very much dull, it is very much dark, and the future of those children is also dark. For them, the definition of world is not that which is hanging on the wall as a map. For them, for the children of slum, their world is what they see outside of the window of classroom, which is a slum. Their life is completely trapped, their life is completely caged, their life is completely confined in the slum. A narrow street sealed in with a lead sky. A narrow street. What do they see outside the window? They see a narrow street, which is a symbol. The narrow street is a symbol to their confined future. The narrow street is a symbol to their dark future. Far, far from rivers, capes, and stars of word. What does the word cape mean? Cape mean an opening of a land in the sea. You see, a large place of land that sticks out into the sea from coast. When a small part of coast extends into the sea for a longer distance, we call it a cape. So the last line, far, far from rivers, caves, and stars of words, means in the lives of these children there are no caves, there are no capes, no rivers, no beauty of nature. Their lives are not beautiful. They are confined. They are trapped. Their future is completely dark. So this stanza speaks about the unfortunate condition of these children. This stanza speaks about that these children do not know who is Shakespeare. These children has nothing to do with which valley they live in, and these children has got nothing to do with what world looks like in the map. They hate everyone. These children hate everyone. Why do they hate? Because there is nobody who loves them. Because there is nobody who takes care of them. They are deprived, they have not got full access of basic amenities, and that is why they consider themselves to be disowned. That is why they consider themselves not to be the children of God. They hate everyone whosoever comes in front of them, because no one comes to help them, because no one comes to be of their own. So the second stanza of this poem, An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum, speaks about what pitiable conditions do these children have, and what do these children think about the world that is external. For them, their world is only those streets of slum. For them, there is no other world except than that the slum they live in. Now let us proceed further with the third stanza of the poem. Stop. So now proceed further with the third stanza of the poem. I'll read it for you. Surely, Shakespeare is wicked, the map a bad example, with ships and sun and love tempting them to steal, for lives that slyly turn in their cramped holes, from fog to endless night. On their slag heaps these children wear skins, peeped through by bones and spectacles of steel, with mended glass like bottles bits on stones. All of their time and space are foggy slum. So blot their maps with slum as big as dooms. The opening lines are, surely Shakespeare is wicked. A poor child is always against a rich man. For a poor child, a rich man is an example, is a symbol of devil or evil. And so is happening here. For all those poor children, the Shakespeare's poster on the wall is a symbol of evil. And for them, the map is a bad example of education. The children are living in the slum area, and they face so many hardships of life that they feel that every other person in the world is their enemy. They do not like Shakespeare, they do not like any people who visits them. So, Shakespeare is an evil man for them. They don't find the map to be a good thing, and they hate almost everyone. Their desire is just to be loved by others. When they desire to be loved, they steal things. When they desire to catch the things, they desire to have the things that the other people have, they are forced to steal. This is a very sheer reality. This is a very bitter truth, that poverty and lack of education drags people into the state of crime. Poverty and lack of good education drags people into the criminal activities. They live in small homes, and they have started adjusting to them, as it is written. They're cramped holes. Cramped holes, we have written here. Sly means tricky, and cramped means confined. They live in cramped holes, means their homes are so small. The slum, we always see that when we see a slum, the jhoppadis or the hut are very small in those slums. So they live in cramped holes, means their houses are so small, but they have learned to adjust in those houses. From fog to endless nights, means till the eternal, till the last. That is their destiny. Those small houses are their destiny. They are supposed to live in those houses till the end of their life. On the slag heap, these children were skins peeled through by the bones. It means that these children are victims of malnutrition and they are so weak. These children are so weak and they are so poor that each and every bone of their body is visible through the skin. They are so weak, they are so skinny that each and every bone is visible through their skin, and their skin looks to be their clothes, which is their clothes which are covering their bones. So here they are called out to be very much poor. They are called out to be very much skinny just because they are very poor and they are victims of malnutrition. They wear spectacles which are made up of steels. Again, these steel spectacles are a symbol of poverty. They do not have enough money to buy good spectacles. And the glass which are into the frame of that spectacles, those glass look like they are repaired and pelted glass fixed on these stones. Very poor quality glass, very poor quality glass, which is again a symbol of deep poverty. All of their time and space are foggy slum. Their entire life is to be spent into that foggy slum. And in the last of this stanza, the last line of this stanza is an order, is an irony. It's a satire by the poet to the society which says, so blot their maps with slum as big as doom. Means the map meant for these children should be blotted with those slums they live in. The poet tends to say, the poet wants to say that these big maps of the world does not exist. These big map of world is not helpful for them. Poet says the society that you need to make the poor children of slum realize what the actual condition is, and simultaneously the poet is satiring upon the society that these children are dying day by day in the poor slum and the society cannot do anything for them. That is why satirically the poet says that कि आप उनके मैप्स के अंदर ऐसे मैप बनाइए जिन मैप के अंदर ये लोग जहाँ रहते हैं, जो स्लम्स हैं, ये बड़े बड़े स्लम जो है वो बड़े बड़े डॉट से उस पर जो है वो मार्क किए जाएं. Okay, what does the third stanza had to say? The third stanza, I'll read it for you. Unless governor, inspector, visitor, this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut open their lives like catacombs, break, open till they break the town, and show the children to green fields and make their world. Run azure on gold sands, and let their tongue run naked into books, the white and green leaves open, history there whose language is the sun. The last stanza is nothing but an appeal to the society from the poet's side. The poet is appealing to the rich section of the society. The poet is appealing to the affluent section of the society to do something for those children. The opening lines are, unless governor, inspector, visitor, means these all rich people, unless they do not change the definition of these poor children's life, nothing is going to be changed. The poet suggests that this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut open their lives like catacombs, this map become their window. When these windows shut open, their lives look like catacombs. Catacombs means tomb. Tomb means something which is located in the graveyard or cemetery. If the richer section of society does not do anything for these children are going to live in the complete dark of their life. It has to be changed. The affluent section of society has to do something for them. And what it has to do? Break open till they break the town, and show the children to green fields and make their world. Run azure on gold sand, and let their tongue run naked on the leaves white and green. Means their boundaries, means the boundary, the seas has to be broken. The window of barrier has to be broken. They are to be given better quality education. They are to be given a great support from the affluent section of society so that they grow in the life, they fulfill their dreams, and The map which is shown on the wall, it becomes reality for them. Until the rich section of society does not do anything, their world shall only be the dark world of slum. And if we want to drag them out of that dark world, the rich section of society has to support them, has to help them, so that their world also becomes green and enjoyable and pleasant, where they learn, where they enjoy, and where they fulfill their dreams. And how is it symbolized in the poem? It is written, "Show the children to the green fields and make their world. Run azure on gold sand." Azure means deep blue. "Let them run on the deep blue and gold sand," means let them fulfill their dreams, and let their tongue run naked on the leaves, green and white. Here, green leaves means the leaves of nature, but white leaves means the pages of books. Means the richer section of society, the affluent section of society must help these children so that they learn, and they learn a lot, and they fulfill their dreams, and they become good citizens of the country. History their whose, language is the sun. And let them create history for them, and their future will shine like sun, their future will shine bright like sun. But that will only happen if the richer and affluent section of society helps them grow, help the richer and affluent section of society helps them learn more and provide them better quality education. Then only they will turn out to be the good citizen of the nation, the good citizen of the society. So the last stanza of this poem is nothing but an appeal, where the poet says that these children need help, where they can learn better, where they can be provided with the essential and the basic amenities of the life, so that they can fulfill their dreams and they turn out to be the good citizen of the country. Thank you so much. I hope this poem was a wonderful explanation for you all. Best of luck. Thank you.